Legionnaires Disease. The name itself sounds dramatic, and for good reason. This rare but dangerous illness has a mysterious past, deadly outbreaks, and a very modern link to the way we build and live in cities today. But where did it come from? Who was the first to fall ill? And how can you protect yourself? Welcome to Palm Health, where we're reprogramming the future of healthcare. In this video, we'll dive into the true story behind Legionnaires' disease, how it first appeared, how dangerous it really is, and the steps you can take to stay safe. What is Legionnaires' disease? Legionnaires' disease is a serious form of pneumonia caused by a bacterium called Legionella pneumophila. When someone breathes in mist or vapor contaminated with this bacteria, it can travel deep into their lungs and cause a potentially life-threatening infection. But here's the twist. You can't catch it from another person. It spreads through contaminated water systems, not through coughing, sneezing, or close contact. You might unknowingly inhale it while taking a shower in an old hotel, walking past a cooling tower, or sitting near a decorative fountain. Anywhere that warm, stagnant water becomes aerosolized can be a breeding ground for Legionella. The first known outbreak, 1976, Philadelphia. The disease got its name from a shocking outbreak in 1976 in Philadelphia. That summer, the American Legion, a veterans organization, held its annual convention at the Bellevue Stratford Hotel. Soon after, many attendees began developing flu-like symptoms: high fever, chills, cough, and fatigue. The illness spread quickly, and people started dying. Health officials were baffled. Was it swine flu? A new virus? Bioterrorism? Panic spread nationwide. After months of investigation, CDC researchers finally identified a previously unknown bacterium growing inside the hotel's cooling tower. They named it Legionella pneumophila in honor of the American Legion victims. That's how the disease became known as Legionnaires' disease. Where does Legionella come from? Legionella bacteria naturally live in freshwater environments like lakes and streams, where they generally don't pose a threat. But in man-made water systems, they can multiply rapidly and become dangerous. These systems include large plumbing systems, cooling towers used for air conditioning, hot tubs, decorative fountains, grocery store misting machines, and spa equipment. The bacteria thrive in warm temperatures between 77 degrees Fahrenheit and 113 degrees Fahrenheit, 25 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius, making many indoor water systems the perfect breeding ground when not properly maintained. 2025 Harlem Outbreak, a modern reminder. Fast forward to today, Legionnaires' disease is still making headlines. In August 2025, a major outbreak occurred in central Harlem, New York City, where at least 67 people were diagnosed and 3 people died. The New York City Health Department confirmed that 11 cooling towers tested positive for Legionella pneumophila, and that remediation had been completed. Officials emphasized that the outbreak was not linked to any building's plumbing system, meaning residents could continue using water for drinking, showering, and cooking. Health officials urged anyone with flu-like symptoms, especially those aged 50 and above, smokers, or those with chronic health conditions, to seek immediate medical care. The Harlem outbreak is a chilling reminder. Even in modern cities with advanced infrastructure, poor water system maintenance can lead to deadly consequences. Cruise ships and large events, hidden hotspots. Cruise ships are a common site for Legionnaires' disease outbreaks due to their complex warm water plumbing systems and the sheer number of people in confined, shared environments. Whirlpools, hot tubs, spas, and stagnant cabin shower lines can become perfect breeding grounds for Legionella. especially when cleaning and disinfection protocols are skipped or poorly enforced. Similarly, large events such as conferences, music festivals, or sports tournaments may pose a risk when held in older buildings with aging HVAC systems, contaminated cooling towers, or neglected water features. Multiple cruise lines have faced investigations and lawsuits after passengers contracted Legionnaires' disease linked to poorly maintained spas or onboard water systems. Travelers, particularly those in high-risk groups like older adults, smokers, or those with weakened immune systems, should take extra precautions. These include avoiding hot tubs or spas that look unclean, running cabin showers for several minutes before use, avoiding mist from decorative fountains or meisters in enclosed areas, and choosing cruise lines or event venues with strong health and safety records. Staying informed and vigilant can significantly reduce your risk of exposure. How dangerous is Legionnaires' disease? Legionnaires' disease can be deadly if not treated early. While many patients recover fully with antibiotics, the illness can lead to serious complications such as respiratory failure, sepsis, or even death. The mortality rate ranges from 5% to 30%, depending on factors like age, immune status, and how quickly treatment is initiated. Those at highest risk include adults over the age of 50, smokers or former smokers, individuals with chronic lung diseases like COPD, and people with weakened immune systems, such as cancer patients or transplant recipients. Common symptoms include fever, chills, cough, muscle aches, shortness of breath, and occasionally confusion or gastrointestinal issues. Treatment typically involves antibiotics such as macrolides or fluoroquinolones. An early diagnosis significantly improves outcomes. How to prevent Legionnaires' disease? The great news? Legionnaires' disease is largely preventable, not through medicine, but through engineering, maintenance, and hygiene. For buildings and businesses, 1. Maintain water systems regularly. This means flushing out stagnant water, inspecting cooling towers, and disinfecting tanks and pipes. 2. Control water temperatures. Hot water should be above 140 degrees Fahrenheit, 60 degrees Celsius, and cold water below 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 20 degrees Celsius, to prevent bacterial growth. 3. Install point-of-use filters, especially in hospitals or long-term care facilities. 4th, test for Legionella. Regular testing is essential in large buildings, healthcare facilities, and hotels. 5. Flush unused plumbing. Buildings that are shut down for long periods should always be flushed before reopening. For travelers and cruise passengers, avoid using spas or hot tubs that appear dirty or have unclear water. Let water run for a few minutes in hotel showers before use. Avoid inhaling mist from fountains or misters in poorly ventilated indoor areas. Clean or replace humidifiers and personal diffusers frequently. Choose reputable hotels and cruise lines with high health inspection ratings. Legionnaires' disease is a silent threat, hiding in the most unsuspecting places. From hotel showers to cruise ship spas, from cooling towers to public fountains, it doesn't spread from person to person. It spreads when our infrastructure fails, when water systems are neglected, when temperature controls are ignored, and when oversight is missing. Since the 1976 Philadelphia outbreak, we've made great progress in understanding, diagnosing, and treating this disease. But every new outbreak, like the one in Harlem or aboard cruise ships, reminds us we can't afford to be complacent. If you manage a building, run a spa, or are planning your next vacation, you have a role to play in prevention, so stay informed, take precautions, and always remember, it's not just the water you drink, it's the water you breathe.